What's up guys, it's Aisling. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a walk down memory lane video. Today I'm going to be testing out a foundation that I've never tested out on my channel before, but I have worn it for a very long time, but I've just never actually gotten around to like testing it, sitting down, wearing it, looking at the longevity of it and what it is that I love about this foundation. So spoiler alert, I do really like this foundation. Foundation we are talking about is the Luminous Silk Foundation from Giorgio Armani. I just recently repurchased this foundation and I'm loving it again. I really am. However, like I said, I've never done a wear test of this on my channel. I've never kind of discussed it in depth, so that's what I wanted to do today. I did a video on my Estee Lauder Double Wear foundation I'd say about 6 months ago now, and I wanted to kind of make it a running series of foundations that I've been wearing for a while but maybe kind of forgotten about and then went back to, and am I still loving them or am I not? I also wanted to do a video on the Urban Decay All Nighter foundation. It's a foundation that I used to really like but haven't worn it a lot in a while. So let me know if there's any foundations out there you would like to see a wear test on and I will get to it. Anyway, I've rambled on enough. Let's get this product on my face. So I'm going to start off by priming. I know this foundation works pretty well with and without a primer. However, I'm just going to use a primer in today's video and I'm going to apply it to one side of my face just to see, you know, does that impact maybe the oiliness of this foundation. I do mention in all my videos, but just in case you're new here, I have oily skin. The foundation primer that I'm using is the Tensational from Catrice. You guys know I love this a lot. It's such an underrated product. I can't believe that not enough people know about how wonderful this is. I'm just going to apply that to the left side of my face and I'm just going to apply it like I normally would with a primer. Just getting it into all the nitty gritty bits and pieces on my face. Quite a glowy consistency to it, as you can kind of probably already see. That's why sometimes I just wear it alone. I love it, and sometimes it just makes my skin look real fresh and radiant. So like I said, the foundation is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. This bad boy retails for €46, I believe. I'll just double check. I bought mine off Look Fantastic this time round. The first time I ever purchased this foundation was from the airport and I got colour matched. My shade is 6.5. I think it matches me pretty perfect. I have no self-tan on or anything. That's just my natural colour and it's pretty decent on me all year round. I don't think I get much paler than what I am right now. Maybe like a smidge, but not much paler. I haven't seen the sun in a while, obviously. This foundation is described as a flawless, natural looking coverage. It's an award-winning foundation, lightweight, fluid texture that glides effortlessly onto the skin, helps to unify the visage while blurring the look of imperfections for smooth and seamless results. Boasting buildable medium coverage. It's infused with micro-fill technology, utilizes light reflecting particles. It's available in 40 shades. It's a weightless consistency. It's undetectable on the face without causing cakey, congealed effect. Silky and comfortable and enhanced with subtle luminosity. Being honest, I would back all of the descriptions on this foundation because I really feel like that is exactly why I love it. It gives a luminous feel to my skin without making me look oily. It makes my skin look radiant, youthful, glowy, fresh, all those good things, and it's like my skin only better. So we're going to wear this for the entire day today. It's just gone 10:01, so we're going to try and wear this for about 10 to 12 hours. We'll give it the day. We'll see how we get on. First up, I'm going to apply this side with the brush and blend it out with my beauty blender, and then the other side I'm just going to go in with the beauty blender just to see how it performs. I always put the foundation on the back of my hand no matter what foundation it is. I just use my hand as a palette and then I just apply this, not messily, but kind of, I don't really have any rhyme or reason to it. I'm not worried about blending it in or anything. This foundation is relatively fragrance free. It obviously does have a slight scent, but it's very subtle. It would take quite a delicate nose to be able to detect the scent from this foundation. I just feel like it is so subtle, which is another thing that I love. I don't like overly fragranced products on my skin. That's why I never really kind of gelled with any of the Huda Beauty skincare products. I just felt like they were way too pungent for me. I just couldn't put that on my skin. It's just lingered all day and I just don't like scents. So this one's great if you don't like scented products. So you can see how easily that just glided on my skin. I'm just going to use my beauty blender to just blend it out a little bit more on the skin, but the brush kind of does an awful lot of work, to be fair, and it just is so easy to apply. I think it's because it's more of a liquid consistency. it just glides on the skin. It's like water and it's super lightweight on the skin. So you can see this side to this side. It's not giving me crazy coverage, but it is evening out my skin tone, my complexion. This is kind of what I would describe a foundation as, or what I look for a foundation. Just something that kind of improves the appearance of my skin, evens out my complexion, and gets rid of any blemishes on my skin. It just makes my skin look as natural and radiant as possible. So I'm just going to take a couple of pumps, 2 pumps on the other side with the Beauty Blender. I do find, because this is a bit more of a liquidy consistency, that the Beauty Blender tends to eat it up, and I don't get as great a coverage from a Beauty Blender. I also feel like I have to use a lot more product to get the same coverage I would from a brush. So that is just why I use a brush with this initially and go in with a Beauty Blender afterwards, just to blend it in. Do be wary of that yourself when you are applying this with a Beauty Blender. And just if you want that bit more coverage, the brush is the best way to go. But just for the purpose of this video and testing out the look and longevity of it, I'm gonna apply this side with my Beauty Blender. But ordinarily this would not be my first choice. I would never ever apply this with a Beauty Blender, and I think that's why I initially, when I first ever got this foundation, I wasn't keen on it, because I used it with a Beauty Blender and I just felt for the price I was getting very little coverage, not really what I wanted, and I just felt like it wasn't performing as well. But when I switched up to the brush, then Beauty Blender, I was just getting all sorts of goals achieved with this foundation. It just looked wonderful. So I'm going to zoom in so you can see both sides. So you can just see there is a little bit more of coverage on this side compared to this. It's not crazy or anything like that, but I have to use a lot more of the product to get it even like this kind of coverage, whereas I use so much less product when I'm using it with a brush. But you can kind of see there. So it covers everything, evens out my complexion, and just makes my skin look like my skin, but way better. So at this stage, there's not really a whole lot more I can discuss on this foundation. It glides on the skin, it looks amazing. All the claims, like I said, are relevant to this foundation. I just think that they describe it to a T. So right now I'm going to finish off the rest of my face. I'll come back to you guys in a couple of hours and we'll discuss what the foundation is looking like. What is going on with my hair here? So anyway, we'll discuss this foundation in a couple more hours. So guys, I'm back for my first update of the day. It is 1:47. This foundation's been on for almost 4 hours. I just finished the rest of my makeup, obviously, as you can see, a while ago. I went and did a little bit of work. I'm back now. So I just want to discuss the wear of the foundation so far, and then just the way the products went on top. Also, if you can kind of see like a little bit of purple in the bottom of my hair, I washed my hair earlier this morning and I just feel like I didn't wash out the purple shampoo, so please ignore if you see any like silvery purpley bits in my hair, because I feel like they're kind of, I don't know, everywhere. But anyway, let's move on from that. So the foundation is wearing really, really well. I love the look of it, and I did apply the MAC. This is the Studio Fix Conceal and Correct palette. I applied the darkest shade in this, which I think is NW35. I use it as a contour. Just gives me a nice subtle contour, something really kind of nice on the skin. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I used this Infallible More Than Concealer from L'Oreal. I don't know how I feel about this. I felt like I didn't like this for a while. I tried it once more and I did like it, and I'm wearing it again today. I don't know, but I put the Revolution baking powder on top. This is the lace powder. My lips is Insight from Bare Minerals, my favourite lipstick, with a bit of stripped down lip liner. And my blusher is the KVD Vegan Beauty Foxglove. I talked about that in the favourites. I love that colour. And then I just bronzed up a little bit with my Hoola Caramel. My eye makeup is the Warm Neutrals Volume 2 from Sigma, which looks like that. And I just place that through my eyes. Kind of similar to my everyday makeup look, so if you've seen that, it's the same. And then the mascara that I'm wearing is my new favourite, which is the Lash Freak mascara from Urban Decay. So I think that's pretty much everything. If I'm missing anything, let me know and I'll try and find it and put it in the description. So what I am thinking right now is the foundation looks great on my skin. I just love it. It doesn't sink into any of my fine lines. Oh, I have a bit of a stray lash going on here. Now I do have a spot right here and I have a spot right there. I don't know, this is like, I never really get breakouts, and I have 2 currently on my face, and it's covered them up. There's no redness, you can't really see them. There's just like small little bumps on my skin, and everything else looks really well. It like blended in super well. And once I put my powder and everything on top, it doesn't look powdery, it doesn't look cakey, it doesn't look heavy. It looks great. Like you can kind of see from yourselves right now. I mean, 4 hours in, I'm not really going to get a huge result to tell you guys. So I just thought I would come back and show you what way it looks on my skin right now. So I'm loving it right now. I will be back in a few more hours and we can see what it's wearing like. Hey guys, so I'm back from my next update of the day. It is 4:50 right now. So it's itchy nose, and this foundation is still looking so good. I hope the lighting's okay as well because I have the blinds down, but it's after getting really dull. Like I said, it's nearly 5 o'clock, so it's starting to, you know, get a little bit duller in the day. Anyway, let's talk about the look of this foundation. So I am so happy with the look of this foundation on my skin. It has sunk a little, like not really a little bit, but like I smile and I'm very expressionate. So it has kind of gone a little bit into the creases there, nothing kind of extreme, and a little bit into the crease just that there at my eyebrow. It's like nothing kind of avoids going in there. The only difference I'm noticing between the primed and unprimed side is that I have a little bit more oiliness around my nose particularly, and kind of a little bit on my chin. Like it's a little bit oilier this side than it would be this side, although both sides kind of feel equally as like set. And I'm surprised that I'm not looking a lot greasier at this stage of the day, to be honest. I just mean like most foundations start to look a little bit oily on my skin roughly around the 8-hour mark. This looks so gorgeous. Like I'm super happy with it. So you can kind of tell what I'm saying about like it's sinking just a little bit into my brow. I don't know, because I frown all the time. And then just a little bit in around my mouth. Other side's perfect. I have like a teeny tiny spot there. I told you about that earlier. It's covered it up still. No wearing on my jaw or on that side. I think it looks all in all very good. No shininess, no wearing down, nothing like that. And for someone with oily skin, this is a pretty good look. I'm happy out. I'm glad there's no wearing down, no breaking down, no rubbing off, no oiliness, nothing like that. No super bad creasing or anything. And I just think it looks gorgeous on my skin still. I don't think I've like looked this closely at this foundation in a very long time. You know, obviously when you put a foundation on, you're just kind of wearing it throughout the day. You're not really looking too in-depthly at it until, well, I don't, because I don't be going around looking at myself in a mirror all the time saying, ooh, my foundation looks like this and this and this. So I feel like doing these reviews are a bit more helpful for you guys, and definitely for myself even, because it kind of reiterates why I like this so much. And I'll come back later on, hopefully before the 12-hour mark, and I can show you what it's looking like then. So I'm going to be like eating and drinking for the next few hours, so we'll see how it holds up. So guys, I'll talk to you in a few more hours. Hey guys, so it's time for my final update of the night, 11:27. So this foundation's actually been on for 13 hours. And when I was wearing this foundation earlier on, I thought it looked really nice on my skin still. And after 13 hours of wear, I'm still pretty happy with the wear of this and just how it looks on my skin, like looking at it at a distance in the mirror. I can't see the viewfinder because I don't have glasses on right now, so I have no idea what it looks like in the viewfinder. But up close here, it looks really good on my skin. It's still giving me plenty of coverage. It is wearing away, obviously, a little bit. And I can see that around my nose has gotten particularly oily, especially on the unprimed side. So I've noticed that this side, without primer on it, seems to have kind of kept intact a little bit better. I don't know. Maybe that was just because I was like leaning on this side or something like that. I'm not really sure. To be honest, in both cases, I don't think primer has made any difference. I just put primer on because I like the feel of the primer, and I don't really like putting foundation straight onto my skin. I just prefer having a barrier between my skin and the foundation, if that makes sense. So I just really like the look of this foundation. I'm delighted that I've started to reuse it again, and I know it's quite a pricey foundation. I do understand, you know, it's not for everybody, especially with the price tag of nearly €50. Even when I was purchasing it, I was going between this and the NARS Sheer Glow, and I was like, oh my god, like €50 for foundation, I don't know if I can do it. But to be honest, I think it is such a good foundation. It is really great at keeping my oils at bay, believe it or not. Even though it's like a glowy foundation, I feel like the glowiness comes more so of like an luminosity. Obviously being a luminous foundation or luminous silk foundation, it makes my skin look more luminous rather than oily and greasy. And it keeps my skin hydrated but not like moist. Now I do feel like I am a bit oily, like I could definitely powder. However, I haven't powdered all day, not since this morning. So if you have very oily skin like me, you could bring like a compact just to kind of like dab on those areas to kind of reduce any of the oiliness. I really love this foundation. I'm so glad, like I said, that I picked it up again, and I think it'd be perfect even in the winter time because, you know, the way your skin gets a bit drier in the winter. Perfect foundation for me. So guys, if you enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and let me know what other videos you would like to see coming up, and I will definitely do them for you. I love you guys so much. Mwah. Bye guys.